friends, to our latest Sauerpuss Adventures on Halloween Island. Let's see what the great Mountain of Spirits has in store next for our friends. The caverns were damp from all the moisture. A dripping sound could be heard coming from some unknown source. In front of them, they heard noises echoing throughout the twisted caverns. It was as the Dreamweaver had said, it would be easy to get lost in such a maze. As they continued, they could hear another strange sound. What could that be, they thought to themselves, not wanting to make any sudden noise. The cave was dark and full of caverns and winding tunnels. "What's that?" Sauerpuss asked softly, pointing to a shadow moving just beyond a large cavern stalactite formation. Slowly, a figure began to come out from the shadows. Candy went towards the figure to get a better look. A sheepish young werewolf emerged, and then it spoke. "It's just me, Eek. I'm so glad to see you, buddy," exclaimed Ick.
I am Rachel, and this is Sauerpuss.
Candy intensified her glow. "Oh, and this is Candy," said Sauerpuss.
"Hello, everyone,"
said Eek.
"What happened? Have you been here the whole time?"
A curious Ick asked.
I've been in these caverns. I lost my way, and now I'm hiding from the creepy, scary pumpkin heads. They're after me."
A worried Eek said, sounding a bit exasperated.
"But why are they after you?"
asked Sauerpuss.
"I took something." "What?"
Ick asked.
"I took this big golden pumpkin."
"Oh, that's why we are here, to see what happened to the great golden pumpkin," exclaimed Sauerpuss. Eek then told them of what had happened. Eek had thought that the most spectacular trick of all to play on Halloween was to take and hide the great golden pumpkin. So one day he traveled to the Mountain of Spirits, and after hours of searching, Eek finally found the great cavern and the great golden pumpkin sitting proudly, glowing on its pedestal, surrounded by the court of pumpkins. After tricking a group of bats in the cave, Eek was carried by the bats over the court of pumpkins and landed him on the edge of the platform that was somehow magically suspended above what seemed to be a bottomless cavern below. He then managed to take the great golden pumpkin that glowed a brilliant golden orange. The bats then carried Eek over the court of pumpkins and back to the ground. What Eek did not realize, however, was that by taking the great golden pumpkin, he had unknowingly taken Halloween out of balance on the island, including the tradition of trick-or-treating. And this was the cause of so much unhappiness on Halloween Island, because once this had occurred, there was no more treating on Halloween each day. Only tricks were then allowed to be played, and everyone on the island grew weary and sad, because despite each night when they would go out excited for the possibility of more treats, they soon would realize that no treats were to be found. Only tricks were happening, and this made all the people and creatures of Halloween Island very, very sad. And not only did Eek's action take Halloween out of balance, but he also upset the great spirit of the mountain. For it was the great spirit who looked after the great golden pumpkin. Moments after Eek was able to remove the great golden pumpkin and have the bats fly him beyond the court of pumpkins, it began to happen. Just after he had taken a few steps away from the chamber, the great golden pumpkin's glow burned hotter and began to emit a stream of smoky haze. The great golden pumpkin then turned hot as fire, causing Eek to suddenly drop the pumpkin. Then the great golden pumpkin turned dark as the smoky haze continued and filled the chamber.
I then heard an awful sound and became scared, so I took off running. I thought I remembered how to get out, but the pumpkins found me and chased after me. When I finally got away from them, I realized I had gotten lost, and I have been wandering around ever since. I thought this was going to be the best trick ever. Oh, boy, was I wrong? Oh, what have I done? It's all my fault.
Eek said, feeling ashamed.
We all make mistakes, Eek. What counts is what we do next to make things better,
said Sourpuss assuredly.
What we need to do is find that great golden pumpkin and get it back to where it belongs. Maybe then things will get better. We should get going because it's getting close to trick-or-treating time again. Let's go!
They all knew what had to be done and agreed to find the great golden pumpkin with the hope of getting things back to how they were. So with a clear mission, the group of now 5 set off and found themselves deeper and deeper in the mountain caverns. If you like this content, give us a thumbs up.